Homesteading, contrary to popular belief, does not have to be an expensive undertaking. In fact, one of the main reasons why many people, like Farmer and his partner, venture into homesteading is to save money. Homesteading is not just a hobby, but a lifestyle that requires dedication and commitment. It's not something that can be done in one's free time, as homesteaders often have a long to-do list that demands their attention. While some homesteading practices may require a significant amount of investment, such as solar energy and buying land for animals, there are many ways to homestead without breaking the bank. To illustrate this point, Farmer and his partner were able to start their homesteading journey with just $287. That's right, less than $300. It's a remarkable feat that underscores the fact that homesteading doesn't have to be expensive. The first step to starting homesteading is to simplify your life. It's easy to get caught up in the hustle and bustle of modern life, always trying to do more and be more. However, this approach is not always the best way to go. Instead, focus on doing less, but doing it well. Evaluate your life and identify activities that drain your time, energy, and money. For example, your children may be enrolled in too many activities, or you may be a member of a book club, have a side hustle, go to the gym every day, and volunteer at the library. While these are all great activities, they can take up a lot of your time and energy. You need to prioritize your time and cut back on some of these activities if you want to commit to homesteading. It's important to note that homesteading requires a significant amount of time commitment. Therefore, adding homesteading without taking anything out can lead to frustration and disappointment. If you're serious about homesteading, you need to be willing to eliminate some activities from your life to make room for it. Make homesteading friends. Homesteading is much easier if you have friends who are also homesteaders. Not only do they provide a support system, but they also offer an opportunity to trade goods and services. For example, if you're good at growing tomatoes, and your neighbor has too many laying chickens, you can exchange goods. Experienced homesteaders in your area are also a valuable source of information on weather, climate, laws, and other homesteading-related topics. Moreover, borrowing items from friends is an excellent way to save money. If you don't have the funds to purchase a specific tool or equipment, ask your friends if you can borrow theirs when they are not using it. Every year, Farmer borrows a canner from his mother-in-law, a juicer from his aunt, and a dehydrator from his friend. He also received a canning supply from another friend who no longer needed them. Making friends within the homesteading community can save you a lot of money and help build a strong support network. Start gardening. Gardening is one of the easiest and most cost-effective ways to start homesteading. With as little as $5, you can start a garden using some soil, sun, water, and a packet of seeds. Contrary to popular belief, you don't need special soil for your garden to thrive. Most seeds grow well in any type of soil, although the size of your plants may differ from those grown in enriched soil. If you don't have land to grow seeds, get creative. You can use pots, sign up for a spot in a community garden, or ask a friend if you can borrow some of their yard space. Homesteaders are generally willing to share their garden. Preserving your own food is a dying art in our fast-paced, consumer-driven society. But there are so many benefits to preserving what you grow or gather. Not only does it save you money by preventing food waste, but it also allows you to enjoy your favorite fruits, vegetables, and meats all year round. And let's not forget about the satisfaction that comes with being self-sufficient and knowing exactly what ingredients are going into your preserved foods. When it comes to preserving food, there are many methods to choose from. Canning, freezing, dehydrating, and cold storage are some of the most popular methods. If you don't have canning supplies, consider borrowing them from a friend or family member. And if you're new to dehydrating, you can also borrow a dehydrator or start with a simple oven drying method. Cold storage is another great option, and it doesn't require any special equipment. You can even dig a hole in the ground to create your own DIY root cellar. One of the best things about preserving food is that you don't need to have a large garden to get started. You can find free or low-cost produce in many places, such as farmers markets, community gardens, and even your own neighborhood. For example, you could ask your neighbors if they have any extra fruits or vegetables that they don't want, or you could volunteer to help with a local gleaning program that collects surplus produce from farms and orchards. Another valuable homesteading skill is sewing. Learning how to sew doesn't mean you have to become a master tailor overnight. Even basic sewing skills can go a long way in helping you save money and reduce waste. For example, you can mend clothes instead of buying new ones, or you can alter the fit of clothing to extend its lifespan. And if you're feeling more ambitious, You can even try making your own clothes, curtains, or other household items from scratch. So whether you're preserving food, sewing, or pursuing any other homesteading activity, remember that every little bit counts. Don't be afraid to start small and work your way up to more complex projects over time. And most importantly, enjoy the process of learning new skills and becoming more self-sufficient. When it comes to homesteading, growing things is an essential part of the process, but it can also be costly. However, there is a simple solution to this problem: getting starts from other people. The beauty of growing plants and raising animals is that they are always multiplying and growing more, which means you can save money by getting your starts from your friends and neighbors. One of the easiest ways to get your hands on free plants is to ask your friends if they have any extra. Many gardeners often have more produce than they need and are more than happy to share it with others. For example, if you're looking to start a raspberry patch, ask your gardening friends if they have any extra shoots. Raspberries are known to send up new shoots every year, and gardeners often remove them to prevent overcrowding. Similarly, strawberries can reroot themselves wherever the vines touch the ground, creating new plants. So, if you know someone who has a thriving strawberry patch, ask if you can have some of their runners. Trees are another great source of free starts. For instance, willow trees are known to be the easiest tree to root. All you have to do is cut off a baby branch and stick it in water, and it will start rooting in no time. Quaking aspen trees are another great option, as they send up tons of baby trees all around them, forming groves. Similarly, sunflowers produce about 1 million seeds on each flower, so grab a dead one at the end of the season from your friend and sprinkle the seeds in your yard. In addition to plants, you can also get free animals from your friends and neighbors. Chickens, for example, are often given away for free or dropped off at people's homes. If you're lucky enough to know someone who has chickens, they might be willing to share their excess birds with you. This not only saves you money on buying chicks but also provides you with a steady supply of fresh eggs and meat. In conclusion, getting starts from other people is a great way to save money and get a head start on your homesteading journey. Don't be afraid to ask your friends and neighbors if they have any extra plants or animals that they're willing to share. Who knows, you might even end up making some new friends along the way. Plan ahead and save money. As they say, failing to plan is planning to fail. This is particularly true in homesteading. Procrastinating costs you money, time, and energy. So, plan ahead and save yourself from unnecessary expenses. Start with making lists, having a calendar, and drawing out your garden. The more you plan, the more you can manage your time, and the more money you can save. Imagine planning out your entire year of meals. It may seem extreme, but it's a great way to save money. You could plan your garden for the specific food you need to grow, how much of each thing you need to preserve, and have things ready for your meals. By planning ahead, you can also identify the tools and supplies you need for the year, and find ways to get them inexpensively. You can ask friends early on, or keep your eyes peeled for thrift store finds. Raising cheap chickens. Chickens are one of the easiest animals to raise and the most affordable, hence why I call them cheap chickens. Farmer and I started our chicken adventure with just $36. We built a little house out of scrap wood and kept them in a box in the laundry room until they were big enough to live outside. The baby chicks cost us $21 for 8, and a bag of starter feed cost $15. We let them free range, and they provided us with eggs and meat for a long time. Start composting. Composting is an excellent way to turn your kitchen scraps, yard waste, and chicken poop into free fertilizer for your garden. Starting a compost pile is simple and doesn't cost a dime. Just throw everything compostable into a pile, and water and churn it every once in a while. You don't need a complicated setup to start composting. With your chicken poop, you can turn your compost into black gold. Avoid buying things you can't afford. Being frugal is one of the fundamental principles of homesteading. The easiest way to blow through money is to buy things you can't afford. Putting things on credit means you end up spending more money on something just because you couldn't wait a few months. Make a rule for yourself that you won't buy anything unless you have the cash for it. This habit has other benefits besides saving money, such as peace of mind, better relationships with your family, and more trust from people with whom you have financial dealings. Homesteading is a significant commitment, but it's worth it. Becoming more self-sufficient is empowering, and growing a garden is scientifically proven to be stress-relieving. If you follow these 10 steps, you'll be homesteading like a champ without breaking the bank. Farmer and I did it, and so can you. Check out our article on how we save over $3,200 every year with our garden for more inspiration on how to homestead on a budget.